What's poppin', people? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Your eyes do not deceive you. We have Barbamon facing off against Imperialdramon for our first games of EX6. And as cool as Barbamon is, I think when you're facing off against one of the tier staples, you are in for a whole lot of trouble, but hopefully it goes well for him. It looks like Imperial's going to be going first, and they're going to get that Veemon and a Wormmon. We're going to get the Demi-Mera as the first egg and the Demi-Devimon. I believe that is the promo one. Can't remember if it's proxied or not. I know he was looking for some, but y'all probably recognize some of these better than I do. We are going to go for the Gessamon, which is going to get played to the field, and the Imperial player is going to decline to pitch a card, which gives the memory back. So the one cost choke and then swings into the blocker for no reason. So, I mean, the Gessamon got value. We're going to raise up and we are going to swing in the blocker and it is going to live. And the second body is going to die. Which means we can do draw one, trash one. I think he's just double checking to see... Why are we at 4? I am baffled. Why are we at 4? Can the Gessamon not attack? Is that what it is? The Gessamon can't attack, so we're just going to recover one. No, the Gessamon can attack. I'm baffled, chat. I don't know what these new cards do. If you understood what just happened there, let me know in the comments, because your boy is confused. And we are just dropping blockers here. So, a little bit of scrappy gameplay. You go for 0 in the back as the Siaka is going to be setting up. It is a start of main as well as a when Digivolving, so it does set up quite nicely. And we're going to see Mist to Mill to draw. And we do see the Barbamon, but maybe we're missing... Are we missing a level 5 here? Not really any ways of getting around the Magnamon, but the problem is... At the very least, the Magnamon's not a green source, so that way we're not likely to get any extra value. It's going to swing in order to force him to pitch one. Does trade the stack in order to do it, but it's going to be... Choice discard. Gets rid of the Gigadeath, and we're going to go for the Pandemonium. And Pandemonium is going to get the clear. So it makes him trash one from hand and then pops reduce cost. The Imperialdramon Ace coming down, though, actually would have been sick to see the Pandemonium come through soon after. Start of main. Choosing not to pitch a card, so we are going to get a Hammer Spark out of that. Which maybe means we see a boost. I don't think we're on too many more of the Pandemonium Flame. We're going to go into a Devimon. 3-cost Evo is kind of big stinky, I'm not going to lie. Just double check and see how many cards he has in trash as he gets ready to go for the swing. I'm going to mill 3. Does mill a second Pandemonium. And then we're going to get draw and trash, setting up for Dan Devi off the float if he dies. And, oh yeah, he's bigger as well. For every 3 he gets plus DP. That's a pretty big Devimon into security. And we're going to go, ooh, boost, and then the Keenan. He is going to go for the Keenan. He's going to do it again and force him to go down for a 2. Gonna see the Imperial Ace swing. Wait, it doesn't unsuspend without Dragon Mode. SMH. Doesn't unsuspend without Dragon Mode, so that's a bit unfortunate because, you know, Barbamon needs every single turn it can get. Gonna swing when attacking mill again. Another Pandemonium going. If Pandemonium was there, then we'd actually see the value. And what's annoying about this as well is because of the extra damage that was done, the quote-unquote lethal clock is ready. So draw one trash. We're gonna rip a card from hand. There goes the Dragon Mode. Obviously was fishing for the thing, but I guess we don't float into Dan Devi. I'm just going to go for the Devimon. Devimon is going to pop the Veemon. Just trying to keep the low-level bodies off the board, but does pass 4, which is quite a lot. Alright, we are going to swing. It'll be acing. Again, yeah, this card cannot swing twice without the Dragon Mode, so... Down we go. Ooh, very nice. Brings that out, and we hit Darkwing Dilution, which is gonna then mill 3. So this stops. Wow, that actually just straight up stole turn as well because of the double Keenan. So, wait, is this just game on board? This is just game on board if we can get rid of the Imperialdramon, but first, hand over your hand, give it to me. Barbamon getting ready to go. We do have Scapegoat if anything bad happens to it, but Scapegoat's only deletion. Because we did get the hand rip. I don't think anything that gets played here has Rush, though, is kind of the problemo. Okay, we're going to play an Octa. I think Octa actually should be playing that to his side of the board because there are far too many Digimon on board. So a little bit sloppy. I mean, Imperial maybe has less less of an excuse because it is... yeah, Imperial probably has less of an excuse because it is first the thing, but we are going to see an overflow, and this is pretty much going to set up for the next one. So yeah, it's just going to be swing. Kind of scrappy game one, kind of messy game one, but you know, it's you know, the first week. Yeah, today's sponsor is me. I appreciate everyone supporting me as they have, and there are plenty of other ways to support. The memberships, Twitch Prime, and all of that are great ways to do so, and just making sure that in addition to slapping like down and making sure you are subscribed, there are plenty of other things that I do that I really love doing and take a lot of work, and appreciate if you guys also gave them a shout and gave us some honest feedback on them, because the only way we can make them better is if people tell us what they like and dislike. But yeah, that's it for today's sponsor. Appreciate you if you didn't skip it. Back to the video. But it's not going to be the first week that I want to say a big old thank you to everyone that has been supporting the channel. As you all know, it's my full-time job, so I appreciate everyone that has been supporting the channel with the subscriptions and the members. And I want to say a thank you to, at the mega tier, Justice Josh, who is an ultimate, as well as a tier 3 on Twitch. And then at the ultimates, we do have the Tommy NT, Tommy Tricks on the Sticks, 3 strike rule, and upgrading from rookie Warp Digivolving to an ultimate, we do have Bradley Rob. Then at the champions, you do get bonus content. We do have Shinikari, Coffee Deus, DHM, Solar Ouroboros, Seb Rich Coombs, and new Thomas Yates. Gonna have a pretty quick start. So we see Siako X, and a missed memory boost. It did hit an option card off the mill, which is a bit unfortunate. I realized this camera is a little bit closer than I would like it to be, so I did have perfect camera angle, and then Jambo, big ups to the Digi-Egg, its big old head smacked it out of frame, and then after that it was maybe less less perfect. I'll try and make sure I'm a little bit more zoomed out for future. But we do actually see a level 5 this time that's not an ace, so we're actually set up with a whole bunch of inherits. We are going to swing. I believe Neo Devimon, when it dies, does float into Dan Devi, so we're just trying to pitch pretty early. But of course, Magna straight out of security is going to de-digivolve, and then we are going to battle. And then it would evolve into a Veemon, but no Veemon on board. So we're just going to go for the 7-cost Devimon, which is going to mill 3. And yeah, that's, as far as things go, that was pretty rough. I still maintain that Barbamon probably should have won game 1, in all honesty. But some of that is down to the new cards. The Devimon package does feel a little bit awkward. I think we were talking about it, and just like, it's a little bit clunky. Ideally, it can do a lot, but it's a bit rough. Imperial, though, is pretty basic down to the wire, so you probably should know what you're doing, and you should be resolving your effects correctly. And you know what? You probably deserve this one. Pandemonium last straight out is going to pitch, and that's just barely going to keep him from getting scooped by the thing. Obviously, when you're Imperial, you draw 500 cards, which also makes this matchup pretty difficult. Like, blue into purple is always a little bit 50-50. Now that you have protection, I mean, Imperial can just raw dog it into security over and over again. So yeah, pretty rough. It's just going to swing through. Pandemonium lost again. We are going to get the pitch, which is going to keep it safe, I believe. Never mind, it is not. We're not going to spit out the partition bodies, which is the correct call. I'm just going to have the Daiken played through. Right now we have swing and suspend, swing, and then, I mean, depending on how much memory gets placed, you can put on. But to be fair, if he commits a body to board, it takes one of the swings off. So we're going to go for a Barbamon, which I actually dislike, because that is a lot of memory to be giving. But keep ripping cards from hand. Ooh, takes the ace off him. Very nice rip. And then, because we got to rip something from hand, Barbamon gets to play out the Gessamon, which does give it a blocker. So now, I mean, the blocker's not going to matter too much unless the Imperial player just fumbles, which is entirely possible. Only going to get one Veemon played out before evolving the second one back. We are going to suspend the correct one, which is going to hit back for revenge, which unfortunately is not going to be having a security effect that domes the Imperial into the sun. Wormmon committed now, and this just means if we have both 4s that this is game probably on board. Doesn't look like we have it though. Do have end of turn Jogress, so it's plausible that we do still have a lockdown here, but the fact that this has taken more than 2 seconds to do implies that we do not have it. So down goes the Gigadeath, and then the Wormmon is going to play through. Just going to find out which ones are going to be bouncing back at the end of hand, but it is just the Veemon. Everything else was manually committed. I think you have to commit to board here. Okay, so partition. Gonna swing through. Clears one. I mean, nothing else is standing, so it's not like he could get major value. We do have 1 blocker. 2 memories, not a lot to play with. I think you'd have to training something, or you'd have to still maintain a blocker on board. It would have been nice if he'd pushed up the rookie, because then you could go something, like training something. And then you could establish a second one. Or you could just go for a second Barbamon. Rip the hand and kill the... I guess it doesn't. Oh, no. It plays out the second blocker. Yes, of course. I'm going to die. End of turn. We're going to bounce back the Veemon. And then we are going to Wormmon. Wormmon is going to be accompanied by Veemon. And then we're just going to... Really? We're committing a Megadeath? I mean, it does suspend 1, bounce 1, so I guess that does get the value. Then we're going to raw Evo into Imperialdramon. It is going to suspend everything, and then it has to be some sort of counter timing, right? It only plays a level 3, and I don't think this deck has any level 3 blockers, so I'm just going to let it through. It is going to die. And then we're going to go into the Myotis Ace. Myotis Ace is going to play out Siako, and we are going to have to scoop it up. So unfortunately, we don't get to go to a game 3 due to some pretty egregious misplays in game 1, but it is week 1 of EX6. And if you did like what you saw and you're looking forward to seeing a little bit more cleaner gameplay, we've got plenty of not just Barbamon, but the actual rest of the 7 Great Demon Lords coming up. And I want to say thank you to everyone that has been supporting the channel. If you do want to support the channel and you want to play some offline Digimon and you are in the UK, then we can tell you for certain that the 27th of July is going to be locked in date for our winner case. Everyone that is a member of the rookie tier or above will be getting a percentage discount refund on their tickets as well. Tickets will be going live this week, very, very soon. So keep track of the community posts and stuff like that. And as always, have yourselves a damn good one.